to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. My name is Q Steezy, and today's new wave, Young Vision.
What's up, world?
The real Young Vision.
The real Young Vision.
Svíja mi se in my city.
Sweet short to say in my city. I'm glad you love it, man. I love it too. I made this song because I seen so much death going on in the city, so I wanted to show in like a positive way that, you know what I'm saying, reflect on what's going on in our city.
Right. Yeah, I had to bring out the Croatian because he's got some Balkan roots as well.
Right. So my mom is Bosnian, dad's Croatian. We came here in 97, and I grew up around, you know what I'm saying, a big household. Majority of my family was Bosnian, Croatian.
Right.
Mom's side, you know, family is Muslim. Dad's side of the family is Catholic. So.
Wow, man. So for those who don't know, Croatia and Bosnia are in Europe, and going from that environment, how'd you get into rapping?
I always been passionate about music. It's just something that stuck with me. You know,
Right.
like even listening to like Croatian songs or whatnot, it sort of kind of developed into listening to Edo Micah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or and then like I can't even say Eminem because that's some typical
Yeah.
standard shit. My first inspiration was actually Tupac, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Tupac's actually like really popular in Europe.
Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah.
DMX, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Tupac's, DMX, and then like oddly NLE Choppa. Like
and then the chopper.
there's like you'll just see a T-shirt of like Bad Boys in Europe, and it's just like they just love repping like old school rap, you know?
Yo.
Yeah. The parental advisory, like in Compton and all that. But no, that's crazy to be well versed in two languages and then be making music in one of them. So, but yeah, man, more to the English side of things. Did you shoot the In My City video on that snow day that happened recently?
I shot the mic drop for that.
Right.
And then before we shot it in 1010 B-mode. And then we shot other sides of the clip on the west side where I'm from.
Okay, gotcha. And the west side, is that outside of Mobile?
West Mobile.
Oh, gotcha. When did you get into music?
I fell in love with music like 6th grade. I really started like actually trying to rap because everybody was doing PE and shit, and I was like, fuck exercising. I don't want to exercise. I don't care about none of that shit. So I would just always sit there and just write.
Exercise your rhymes.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself right now in your career?
I came to a big, you know what I mean, catapult in my career for like a lot of songs that I've been making lately.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know I got a country song that's coming out.
Shit, that's awesome.
I mean, besides me and Josh, 'cause, you know,
Yeah.
we've been locked in for a minute. But yeah, man, I'm just diverse. I don't like to stick on one lane. And so is, you know what I'm saying, so is he, and so is he. You know what I'm saying? We don't like putting ourselves in one bubble.
Right.
We like thinking outside the bubble.
Sure. No, I think that's somehow common nowadays. Is like it's easier than ever to tap into different genres. I think a lot of genres are mixing. Like you see it in rap. A lot of rappers are like doing some country songs, and Morgan Wallen's getting with some rappers. So, yeah, it's cool to see how music's evolving nowadays.
It is, man. It's always been taken from, you know, different genres.
Right.
It's just getting resampled over again, like Ride Low, No Cap.
What do you think about that? That's like the sampling is like the new meta.
It's been a thing. You know, it's been a thing. It's just getting more widely brought back.
Right. It's like the most popular songs though are getting sampled. You know, it used to be like Kanye would find some like random '60s song.
Yeah.
So, no, it's interesting. I wonder how it'll stay or
but
change.
I mean, like, okay, even Tupac, you know, Staring at the World Through My Rear View, that's sampled from Phil Collins.
Right.
Everybody pulls from somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's the artistry behind it.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's tough to find some original stuff nowadays just because it's almost impossible, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think J. Cole said, like, you know, nobody even has original thoughts anymore, just because you have so much like social media, and you just can't help it but to think something that you've heard from somewhere.
Yeah, you right, and I mean, it's just repeating itself.
Right.
You know, history's repeating itself. We're in the drill era right now. Everybody likes talking about guns, shooting, X, Y, and Z. Eventually we're gonna pivot back to 2006 music, 2016 music,
Jello.
stuff that makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that makes you feel good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because people want to wake up and feel good, man. Not everybody can relate to a travel lifestyle. I can, you know what I'm saying? I done did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But at the same time, nobody can really relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, folk that are in the field, they can relate to it. But the people on the outside, they looking, they like, well, I like it. It's cool. But you know what I mean? They listen to it while they on their way to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after that, bro, that's it.
Right.
So, you know.
No, I feel that for sure. It's cultural appropriation maybe for a lot of people listening to the hard rap, and hopefully it can get back to, yeah.
Yeah. it's gonna, you know, find its way back, man.
Yeah.
Just like alternative rock's gonna find its way back.
Yeah.
Because people like feel good music.
We just gotta start it back up.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? It just takes that one person to start the flint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the fire is going, boom, it's there.
What type of music do you have coming out in the future?
Okay, so what I'm working on right now, man, is more like something you can ride to music. Something
Right.
you can feel, you know what I'm saying? Whether if it's like on a PMC level or the artist that's from Atlanta, Kush, Belly
Yes.
Kush. Y'all probably heard of him. Yeah, he's pretty cool, man. And I like how he brought back like that 2006 trap music.
Right.
You know, like
That-
I said, everything is finding its way back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In full circle. It's just a matter of time of who's finna do it first,
Right.
and then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh man, why didn't you think of that? You should have, or you could have
Right.
slept on it."
That trill Pimp C sound.
Yeah, I'm coming down. You hear me? For sure.
Facts. Let's see. Do you perform a lot?
Yeah, my actual first performance that I ever did, man, I opened up with Chad the Pilot and Picasso. Shout out Picasso and Chad the Pilot. Chad just got out the feds, man. He back home, and he was the first one to actually put me on stage at the Soul Kitchen. Like, this is before I was even, you know what I mean, doing open mics or anything. Like,
Damn.
nobody ain't know who the fuck I was. So they brought the random ass white kid out there. I'm sitting next to Chad. He just like, oh yeah, this Young Vision. He finna rap. And then the crowd just like, okay. Because everybody's drunk, you know what I'm saying? So that's the time to sell your merch and, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
really sell yourself as an artist.
Right. Absolutely. No, I respect it. It takes a lot of confidence to, just be a white rapper, I suppose. You know, it's like coming into a different genre, and especially if you're coming from Croatia, you know, it's a bold move.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it's like, nah, don't do that. But I grew up in this city, man, and I seen so much shit that I really need to get evaluated. No, like, I'm being serious. Like, really, if we could sit down with, like, a counselor or some shit, that'd be nice. No, I'm just talking. But the shit that you see in the city, man, that's the shit that that shit's gonna stick with you forever. And the shit that we done seen growing up is gonna stick with me forever. Like, folks getting killed, drugs being sold, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy mama strung out on crack, sucking dick. Like,
Right.
this shit gonna stick with you for life, bro. And it's just sort of kind of something that you can paint with a vivid picture as an artist. That's all this is.
Man, how long have you been doing music?
Like I said,
Oh, yeah.
sixth grade is when I actually first started, you know what I mean, trying to rap.
Right.
I saw my homeboy Lorenzo, he was rapping. Everybody was like, oh, he hard. You know, but at that time, he was doing, like, the dope boy music. And then he switched over to the gospel stuff. Because, you know, he been in a situation in his life that changed him, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
to alter him in the best way possible for him. So just seeing my peers do it, it was kind of a bold move of me doing it in general. Because there's no white rappers in the city.
Right.
Unless you're talking about Jada Gotti.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got folks like that, but you don't really got a lot of white rappers in the city that are actually talking about anything.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and speaking on that, I really like the In My City freestyle or open mic video. You know, and what you're talking about it there. Can you elaborate on that more?
yeah. So, you know, when I was saying like, in my city, all them youngers be dying and their mamas be crying, man, I mean that.
Right.
That isn't no just, you know, that ain't just the hook. You know, that's not just something that I came up with and I was like, oh yeah, this is fire. Let me. No, like I wrote that song like 35 minutes. I actually freestyled that song, bro.
Really.
And I took it to my engineer and I was like, piece this shit together. Shout out Shuby because he pieced that shit together. Like
Right.
he put the final blueprint on it.
Yeah. Engineers really do that, man. It's a different magic, you know.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't even call him an engineer though. I call that boy a scientist. No, like he like the OG that I mess with, you know what I'm saying, when I go to like mix and master music, he really is a scientist, bro, because he
Yeah.
has an elaborate way of breaking down stuff and putting it together to where it's like, oh shit, this is beautiful. Like,
Right.
Just the way that he pieces it together, he knows compression. He knows how much reverb to put on your vocals.
Right.
He knows this, you know what I mean? So if you want your music to sell and actually go further, pay them engineers, man. Stop going to your homeboy studio, whatnot. That's cool for a starting point. But eventually you got to leap into a point where it's like, okay, now I'm going to a real engineer
Right.
and build relationships with the people. That's
Absolutely.
the main factor in this game. Like what we doing right here with
Right.
networking,
Right.
network with people.
Right. Absolutely. At what age do you think you realized that?
With the networking?
Yeah.
With the networking, man, it came early actually.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, if I was back on growing up in our environment and seeing what we seen, you network with the right people, you go further.
Right.
And depending on whatever you want to go far in.
Huncho Fest, the South's fastest growing recurring event, a music festival highlighting independent artists from all over the country. Any artists that want to sign up and perform, all you have to do is DM NMBGJAY on Instagram and he'll negotiate a slot for you. Tickets will be $10 at the door and there will be a giveaway which includes a Gulf Coast music interview or a free performance at an upcoming event, all sponsored.
Facts, man. It's just, you know, it takes a lot of security to go out and kind of be so vulnerable with other people, I think, and especially in music. You know, it's like a lot of people might struggle with that to, you know, put their music out there. But I mean, never has it been so necessary to like put your music out there. You know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't really exist much of like people just finding artists, and you know, it's like unless you post 5 times a day, you know.
You got to have crazy content work, man.
Yeah. What goes into your content?
I don't like to do 5 million videos every day.
Right.
I sweeten it up to like every week I post something.
Oh, wow.
Whether if it's a picture or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to push yourself and put promo behind it, so that's what I do.
Right.
But you got to know where to put the promo because you have a lot of people that have these fake streams and all this extra stuff. So you have to know the right people. You know what I mean? And if you want to play big ball, you got to get up there with the big ball people and you got to put your money where your mouth is at.
Tell me about that.
That's just like simple. Like if you, all right, you can go through one of these social media platforms, right? On Instagram, there's millions of them. They have like 1.2 million people that are following them. They're all fake, you know? So you're not gaining nothing from that.
Right.
You want to build off of actual stable ground. So go to people like Traps and Trunks, Say Cheese, and you'll be surprised the pricing that these people are actually offering independent artists.
Right.
That people aren't failing to realize that. You know what I'm saying? They're really failing to realize the advantage that they have at hand.
Really. It's well, because I think like Say Cheese is like kind of in the thousands for sometimes some posts.
Not really. Well, with the post, yeah. But we're like, okay, SoundCloud, to put your stuff up there, it's like $45.
On a playlist, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But you're looking at 1.2 million people
Right.
that are going to that playlist. These are actually engaged, you know what I mean,
That's sneaky.
consumers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're actually looking for music.
Yeah. Are there any other like kind of secret sauce strategies that you've been using, or do you not want to disclose those?
Hey man, God's just been blessing me. I can't, you know, I can't be like, hey man, this is the game, the blueprint, because I might give him the blueprint, it might not work out for him.
Right.
It might not work out for him, and it might not work out for him. It's for me, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But I can come back, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
full circle, and I can put him on. I can put him on. I can put him on.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. How long did it take for you to kind of figure out a good blueprint that worked for you? A lot of trial and error.
Yeah, bro. Like 2 years, I sat back and started making music, and I was just like, "Fuck this."
I feel like everybody got their own amount of time within just music in general. Because, you know, developing a sound,
Yeah.
you're going to have 1 year, you're going to be like, yeah, I sound like this. Then another year, you're going to be like, damn, man, I might sound like this better type shit.
And
So,
that's the evolution of becoming an artist. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like, okay, we'll take the baby for example. He's a good artist, but his shit's repetitive.
Right.
It's the same flow every single time.
Right.
People don't want to hear that. They looking for something fresh.
Right.
You know, they looking for something fresh to the ears that they be like, okay, this. They on beat, they talking they shit.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Do you listen to any international music, specifically Balkan music?
What is his name?
Z++?
No, man, I listen to older people. I know that you got that one dude from our country. His
High
name's like
Five?
reggae or something.
Oh.
He's like a reggae Croatian artist. Or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
But nah, man, like Mila Kitic, like Oja Moj Grad. Like
Oh
I
my
grew up
God.
off of that. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like that's what stuck with me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny, man. No, I've got some relatives from over there, and I'll send them some videos of this. They'll dig it for sure.
For sure.
Have you ever considered making Croatian music, expanding outside the U.S. market?
Most definitely. But here's what we don't have here. We don't have producers that can produce our type of beats for it to even be Croatian type of styling music.
But I think nowadays you can just buy a beat that's made from a Croatian.
It's hard. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I went on SoundClick and I found this one Croatian producer,
Really?
but this shit was all the way from like 2007. So it's like 2007 Edo Micah type beats, and I'm
Right.
like, but this shit ain't gonna be popping. Like, ain't nobody
Right.
gonna listen to this, accordions and violins and shit. No
Right.
one, you know. So
Volume so. Yeah, man. I don't know. I can. After I made the Croatian song, I kind of came in contact with some producers over there, and I can show you some of them.
oh, most definitely.
Yeah. Try to connect. Let's see. Do you ever try to branch outside of Mobile?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
like okay, this my home city. This where I grew up at. But man, I'd have been in Houston. I'd have been to Atlanta. I've been in Chicago. I went to Cali. I got to meet the real Freeway Rick Ross when I was up there through my partner Pomona.
Nice.
It's a lot, you know what I mean, in a lot of places that I've been, and I feel like that's important too. Is to teach the people that are from here, bro. Like, leave your city, go and explore.
Yeah.
It's bigger cities out there, and then when you see the stuff in different cities, you're gonna be like, man, they got a McLaren's on the street, or they got a Lamborghini. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's gonna make you want to turn your hustle up
Yeah.
and move to that city and stack your money up, man. You know, do what you have to do to stay out of here. 'Cause
Right.
This is like, it's a big old pot, man. I look at Mobile like it's like New Orleans, man. Once you get stuck down here, bro, it's kind of hard to get up out of here.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Do you agree with the crab in a bucket mentality?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, the city really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what everybody said, man. Well, what do you think could change that?
You leaving? Point blank, like, okay, it's been so many. I mean, it's been so many artists down here. Okay, y'all know who the last Mr. Biggs is?
Yeah.
Okay, the last Mr. Biggs had to leave Mobile to get on. He went over there to Memphis and 3-6 Mafia. Now, ever since I've been young, I've been popping my collar, popping. Okay, then he did records with them. You can't do nothing over here, man. Like, it's all right if you do a little show over here and whatnot to show back to your city, but you have to leave your city. It's the whole crab in the bucket mentality. It's like, I went to school with him. He ain't no rapper. Or he ain't do that. He ain't do, like, people evolve and change every day.
Right.
You don't know what that person is. You don't know what that person is capable of doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I give the younger generation that mentality. Man, bro, you could be anything you want to be. You want to be a spaceship, fly up out of here. Yeah, do that.
You just got to go to the right audience.
Most definitely.
What do you think your right audience outside of Mobile would be?
Houston is a high point.
Yeah.
Virginia. Atlanta, of course. You know what I mean? That's Mecca
Yeah.
to hip hop.
Yeah. It seems like that, doesn't it?
It is, man.
Yeah.
It's because they're actually giving opportunity to artists out there. Here's like a training station, and I watched it for so long. I see artists go on open mics, do the open mics, and they go nowhere. Like they stuck in this circle. They're going around this circle, man. They're trying to figure out the whole blueprint of it. But the whole blueprint of it is this person really don't even know nobody. They just taking your money. You paying $25 to go and perform. You don't even have your BMI. How you gonna get your money? This ain't even a club. This a hole in the wall spot. It's not registered under BMI. So how you gonna get your money?
Explain how you would get your money with a BMI in that scenario to anybody.
Okay, so through BMI, you would get your money, your paid performance royalties, if you get booked in a venue or if you book yourself in a venue. See, that's what a lot of the independent artists here are doing. What they're doing is they're putting themselves on the show and they're hosting it, right? Then they get the independent artists that are in the city that are looking for some buzz and put them underneath. But don't forget, the main person of the show that's, the main spotlight's on is the host. So he's making all the money. You're not making nothing.
Off of BMI, you mean?
Yeah, off of BMI.
Wow.
Unless the other artists have their paperwork together, then then he would be getting, you know what I'm saying? They would be getting paid. But in the sense is, this person has already bought out the venue, right? As an artist. He's hosting it. He's also performing.
Right.
So the eyes and attention is going to be on who?
Him.
On him,
Yeah.
right? So they're not going to focus on Lil DB down the block, or you know what I'm saying? Or Lil JoJo or whoever the fuck you want to call him. They're going to focus on the main host.
Sure. But just in terms of extracting money from BMI after a live performance, like I personally have never gone through that system, and for any other inexperienced artist.
You haven't had BMI ask up?
No, I have BMI, but I've never gone through to try to get a live performance paycheck.
Why?
I'm just an idiot. Bulls though.
So have you performed at venues?
Not at venues, just kind of, a couple venues, but nothing,
So BMI does not pay out at bar mitzvahs. They don't do birthday parties, and they don't do like the hole in the wall spots. So you have to be at a venue to get paid. An
Right.
actual, you know what I'm saying, LLC business. And
Right.
the business has to have an LLC.
Right.
And then when you go and perform, you tell them folks, hey, I want a receipt. Usually it's digital nowadays, because if you bought the slot or whatever, you bought out the venue, they send you a receipt and you file that back. That's how you get your money. But through BMI, you'll literally just go on there and you'll type in the information of where you performed at, and they'll cut you a check.
Wow, that's awesome. How many times have you done that?
A couple.
Nice,
A
nice,
couple
nice.
times.
Nice. No, that's awesome. It's great to be experienced in that field. I actually was with a guy last week to try to break down that kind of stuff and set up a sound exchange and a song.
It's important, man. Your sound exchange, your BMI, any type of royalty that's coming through. You got mechanical royalties.
Right.
You got so many different royalties that a lot of people don't know. All they know is the streaming. Hey, bro, them streaming royalties ain't gonna get you far, bro.
Right.
They paying 1 cent, you know what I'm saying, for like 5,000 streams. Like, you not getting no money off that.
Yeah.
So the artist is eating off of shows and merchandise.
Merchandise. Right. Thanks. Well, what's your plans with merchandise?
As far as merchandise, I mean, I sold a couple t-shirts and whatnot. And then you can also make like, a Printify account and have it digital instead of having it on physical hand.
Right.
And then ask the people, hey, do you want to buy shirts? And a link, push your traffic to them people. You want to sell yourself as an artist, man. I feel like that's what like a lot of artists misunderstand. They feel like they get to that point, they're like, oh yeah, I made it. I got one song and the whole city loves me. No, you might have made it within the city, but you didn't make it worldwide.
Right.
When you make it worldwide and your song's trending and everybody's sharing it, you're going viral, it's just going to drive more traffic to your merchandise. So
Right.
a Printify account is good instead of having physical because, for one, if you have a whole bunch of clothes, where you going to put them at?
Right.
without them getting messed up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And then also on Printify, you don't actually spend money until it gets purchased.
Right.
You actually just get commission off of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great system actually.
Then you can move up, and then when you get the money, you can buy you a little shed, or you can buy you somewhere, you know what I'm saying, to put and store all your items.
Right.
And then you can sell it physically. Or you could do it both ways. You can do it physically, and you can do it digitally.
Right.
Still income. I mean, people love to see artists or, rappers or whatever you want to call it outside, man, and they want to take a picture or they want to do something. But most of these rappers and artists, bro, they get like shy and they're like, I don't. Who's that? They're scared to jump on the opportunity. This person is trying to invest into you. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to see who you are.
Can you elaborate on that in a specific example?
The most specific way I could put this. Man, how can I put this? All right. Artists feel like they the too superstar for it. Or they're not really dedicating their full effort into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you have artists that are like, oh, I'm a rapper. They ain't putting no promotion behind themselves. They're
Right.
not really showing no face appearance.
Right. And that's actually the most annoying thing to hear. When
Yeah.
somebody's like, "Oh, I'm a rapper." It's like, "Oh, he's actually a rapper." And it's just like,
We're all rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but who's getting the check? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Who's making money off this rapping shit?
right.
Huh? No. There's no shade towards you, brother. I'm just giving gems, bro, because it's important. It's important for you to, you know what I mean, have that experience with your fans.
Right.
That's the most important thing. When after you're done with your show, you know what I'm saying, you're done showing your ass off, hey man, go out there and shake some hands, talk to these folks. Cause 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, bro, what's your IG? And then your IG following is going up. This is how you're growing, you know what I'm saying,
Facts.
at an actual pace to where it's like, oh, it's not fake. It's real. People are engaging.
Organic.
Yeah, it's organic. There you go.
What's your favorite promotional strategy?
So after I do a show, I'll do like, I might throw a t-shirt, I might throw, you know what I mean, some piece of merchandise or sign my name on something and throw it out in the crowd and just give it to them. And then link with my fans afterwards and just talk. Like, how's life going?
Nice.
Like, everything's cool. Like,
Yeah.
cause I'm down to earth, man. Like,
Cockles.
yeah, cockles. You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck you.
Cockles means hello.
Yeah.
How are you, basically? I told Dre earlier I was Croatian. He didn't believe me until I got up in here now speaking this shit. He looking at me crazy.
Oh, that ain't none.
Ain't nothing.
He can make a rap song in Croatian.
To nije ništa meni. Ja nisam od vamo.
Yeah, he just dissed your family. Yeah, but they want that.
No, man, don't say we ain't gonna do that, bro. We ain't gonna do that, bro. you got it, bro. Huh?
You got to do your own research. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. What's you were telling me about the future projects that you got, the country music, and what's your inspiration behind music, just in general?
I just hear a beat. If I like it, I record to it.
Fair.
You know what I mean? And if it actually resonates to me, I'll have a song done within 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole thing is done. I just have to resonate with it. It has to be like, okay, I like the instrument play on there. It's cool. I like what it's going. And then, you know what I mean? It's easy from there.
Right.
It just comes naturally.
Do you kind of try to stay on a concept in most of your music, as with In My City? You know, do you favor rapping on a concept, or because you mentioned that you also freestyle, so sometimes punch in rappers just kind of say whatever.
Yeah, no, like I said, if the beat speaks to me, like, okay, the In My City spoke to me. In the sense where I was like, okay, I don't even need to write this shit. I'm just finna freestyle this shit. Like, it's gonna come to me. And it came to me. Like, when I say I freestyled the whole thing, down the part, I freestyled the whole thing.
Right.
And I came up with the hook, and I came back, and I put the hook where the hook needs to go, and then I ended it with the hook.
But in terms of like, do your songs always have to have a purpose, or do sometimes you just like, I just gotta lay something down?
Nah, they gotta have a purpose, man. I
That's
can't
right.
just be making music, you know what I'm saying, just to make music, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, bro, like,
You keep looking at me when you say it though.
no, you a good artist, bro. You a good artist. Cause you diverse, you know what I'm saying? You out of the box. It doesn't include you. And then what you put in music, you know what I'm saying? You feel it. Same as him. But you know, like, I feel like you have to feel music, bro.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you can't play music, you can feel music.
Right.
It goes back to, you know, the circle of fish,
Explain.
the scales. Okay, so if you probably can't read the music,
Right.
you can feel the music. Shit, Ray Charles was blind.
Right.
Hey, tell me how he knew what notes he was playing.
Right.
He didn't. You can feel music.
If he can do all those exotic drugs, he can't be blind.
Stevie Wonder, like, I'm just taking an example, bro. Like, take whoever you want. You feel me? At the end of the day, if you can't read it, you can feel it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Absolutely. It's a universal language.
Yo, it's universal. Music is universal.
Yeah. What's let's see. When it comes to doing features, how do you approach that?
And I got my booking on my IG, bro. I'm not asking nobody to do no feature with me, bro. I'm not finna sit out here and be like, Boots, come do a feature with me. Because I mean, it's gonna do something for you. You're gonna pull from their fan base. But at the same time, you're not gonna have time to focus on your craft and perfecting your craft.
It's interesting. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's, you know, it can be monumental to just, if you have your stuff together, to take a feature and see where, you know, getting some new fans will help you.
I mean, I done paid for features.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I done paid Tech G for a feature. If you know who Tech G is.
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 features from Tech G that I've been sitting on for 3 years now.
Smart.
They're just sitting over there to library. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't even, I wrote to him and I was just like, I don't feel like dropping that. I don't think it's the time to drop that. More say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to pay for a feature and get on fast, cool. But I feel like what you're creating is a momentum. So if you can single-handedly sit there and make songs that are enjoyable, that folks are like, he don't need no feature. I feel like you did your job as an artist.
I respect that. And building your brand, you know. Yeah, it's a tricky game, but as long as you got the right mindset about it, you know.
All right.
For sure, man. Well, let's see. Are you looking to perform anywhere outside of Mobile?
Yeah. I want to tackle Virginia, and I want to tackle, Houston.
Have you ever performed in Virginia?
Mm-mm.
Damn. How are you
Like
gonna
I was telling you earlier, my fan base.
How are you gonna go about doing that?
Probably just contact one of the promoters out of there.
And then host it and get all the independent artists and then take their BMI?
Nah, I ain't gonna use y'all like that. How we ride with it. I just gave y'all gems though. That's what they really do.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm just gonna holler at one of the promoters to see what they talking about. That's it.
Cool. No, that's awesome, man. I'm trying to look into expanding outside of Mobile, and just like booking in places that you've never been to just seems like a scary concept, but get in contact with the right people, you know.
Or you'll get more love from them places than you will.
Absolutely.
In your city.
Because you'll have that first impression, you know.
And you better show your ass. Or them folks you ain't gonna be booking nothing no more.
Right.
They're gonna be taking your money.
Right.
So, first
What do you mean
impression.
by that?
In a sense, like, all right, yeah, they're gonna book you over and over again because they want your money, but the people within that area are already gonna know who you are, and your first impression as an artist
Right.
sort of kind of just went out the window. Because if they go there every single week
Right.
and they see you again, they're gonna be like, oh man, that's that dude that choked up on the mic, or
Right.
that's that dude that didn't know his words. Or,
But the phrase "showing your ass," like, what is that?
show your ass. Get out there and tear the stage up.
Okay.
Yeah, do your job as an artist. Work the stage. Don't stand in one spot. I can't stand that shit, bro. They be like in one spot, and then they hold the microphone the diaphragm is this close to their mouth to where they're speaking like this. Yeah, bro. Ease up off the diaphragm. Work the stage. Talk to your fans, bro. That's why they're there. Also, because, you know, they want to drink and whatnot.
Yeah.
Have a good time. But also, they're trying to enjoy the music.
Do you drink before you perform?
Yeah, I'll take a sip of something.
Kalavashko.
I know Kalavashko. My cup be muddy when I'm finna either go do a show or I take a shot or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to ease my body because everybody has that, I gotta perform. You know what I mean? It's almost natural, especially if it's a bigger crowd of people.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're used to like 10, 20 people, that's cool. But when you start packing out arenas and whatnot, it's like 20,000, 50 people.
Yeah.
Your heart gonna be shaking because that spotlight is on you.
Right.
You're gonna be, I don't know what to do. And you might run, you know, but don't run, you know. Drinking some liquid courage. That's what I call it.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, liquid courage.
We should make that a brand. Liquid courage.
I mean, is it true or not, though? Like, you're more confident when you're off on alcohol.
Absolutely, man. But I once took a couple shots and then, because I'm a lightweight, you know, and took a couple shots and then tried to sit down on a piano and play some songs and couldn't see the keys. It was over with.
Well, I mean, there's time for everything, bro. And everybody has something that they can tolerate more than other people.
Right.
You know, like, it's a lot of folk that can't take popping pills. They trip out, they irk out. Or, this man stupid, bro. I'm not referring to you, man. You know, they're laughing in the corner, bro. They don't got nothing. I'm just saying in general. Like, in general, take just any artist that is popping pills and then tries to go in a recording studio, you know what I'm saying? Or they drink too much and now they can't focus on what their task is.
Yeah.
Or if you're, you know, engineering your own song, you might as well go ahead and wrap that up. You ain't finna engineer nothing because you're going to be too drunk.
Right.
Unless you're used to that. If you're used to that, you can be sitting there like, okay, cool. I'm finna mix this down, and, you know, get on with the next project. But a lot of, like I said, tolerance. It's tolerance.
Facts. Well, yeah, man. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
I mean, no, not for real. I told you my moment project that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be, you know, some music to ride to. That's actually what it's gonna be called. More music to ride to.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's it. Like, I appreciate y'all for having me. You know what I'm saying?
It's great to come by, man. I can't wait to go to a concert of yours. Where are you performing next?
I might try out Daphne, man, and go see what the scene's like over there across the bridge.
Yeah, facts.
If you got any people over there, like any promoters?
No, I don't know anybody from Daphne. I know some people from Fairhope.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Man. Plug me in with them, man.
For sure.
I would like to get more in that region, you know what I'm saying? Start working that region. It's still close to home, you know, but it might be better opportunity because there's really no opportunity here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, unless you're going to Atlanta, you going to Houston. These are big cities. Music is widely known through these cities. You
Right.
have people that actually have jobs in music in these cities.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. And it's all about who you know, too. I feel like Mobile gatekeeps a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're here for.
They gatekeep a lot of shit. But, yeah, that's it, man. I don't know. Hey.
Hey, man, no, you killed it, man. Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to the latest episode on the Gulf Coast Music Channel. You can find Young Vision on all platforms, and yeah, man, stay tuned for some country, for some music to ride to.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
All good, bro.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.